part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
This is Jason J. Lewis, the voice of Superman on Justice League Action. This is Mark Wade, writer of Superman Burgoyne, and you're listening to the Krypton Report.
Welcome to the Krypton Report podcast, now part of Press Play Podcast Network. We are dedicated to all things DC related, comics, movies, TV shows, video games, anything focused on Superman, the planet Krypton. I am your host, Tyler, the Superman of Blue, the man of tomorrow. And with me, as always, my co-host, that man who looks very, very nice and appealing, the Superman of Red, the man of steel, Mr. James Cole. Welcome, James.
Hey, Tyler. Yeah, we talk about all that stuff.
We just decided to rename the podcast the Rock Podcast. We were just going to talk about The Rock.
Yep, we're going to go through The Rock's filmography.
We're going to watch
every match he ever wrestled.
We're going to go back and find football game footage. His little cameo
when he
on
played
that
in the
70s
Canadian
show.
League. Oh, I love that episode. I'm going to have a son, and he is going to be the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
But speaking of The Rock, aka Black Adam.
Excuse me.
Black Adam. Woo. I caught that over here.
We will actually be talking about The Rock when Black Adam comes out.
Well, I just decided earlier in the week that there was a handful of movies that The Rock had done that I had never watched or didn't finish. So I watched San Andreas because I never finished it. I was really bummed that movie didn't end where he just jumped into the San Andreas fault and grabbed each side and pulled it together. I thought that's what was going to happen.
It would have been plausible.
I need to watch Empire State, Race to Witch Mountain, and Skyscraper, and I'm good.
Yeah, I have not, actually all of those I have not seen. I have not seen Race to Witch Mountain. I have not seen Skyscraper, Empire State. I haven't seen Snitch.
I watched Snitch back. It was one of those, we picked up at the Red Box, what is this? Okay, let's check this out.
I know I saw part of San Andreas on TV.
See, that was my thing. I'm I'd watched part of this. Why did I never finish it? And then I just watched it oh, okay, this ain't bad.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
So, I'm really, the biggest, out of that DC, heroes sizzle reel that they gave us, Black Adam is by far the one I'm most excited about, coming out. So, I'm really excited to see that later this year.
Me too, because it's a first movie. It introduced a lot of characters, and it's kind of fresh feeling, and not being bogged down or tied down by anything. But they're in the middle of reshoots right now for Black Adam or additional photography, either way you want to word it. And Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, released a photo. It's him. It's a black and white photo. It's him in the full Black Adam suit on a behind the scenes rig. It's a pretty cool photo.
The suit looks amazing, and
I like seeing the boots, kind of how they were going to do the boots.
Yeah. Because we didn't really get to see too much of it like that.
Nope.
Yeah, definitely. It's awesome to see the suit, and he just, it's insane. I'm sure they started, I think, didn't we talk about they started with padding in the suit, and then, they just, further and further they went with it, they just kept taking it out.
Yeah, I told you, they didn't need pad. The only padding they need is for stunts. Other than that, they just need to just use body paint. It's just they paint it on, and then at the end of the day, it's a spray paint. You know that that stuff you spray on truck liner. It's kind of like that.
Right. They just sprayed The Rock with the Rhino liner, and he just all right, let's shoot this.
So let's see what else news we have. Okay. 1. Waller. So I guess the other thing that James Gunn was teasing is going to be an Amanda Waller series on HBO, starring the greatest Amanda Waller that's ever been around, Viola Davis. So that's pretty awesome, actually. I'm actually really excited because there's a lot you can do with her, especially if it picks up right where Peacemaker left, where she kind of got outed about Task Force X.
I was reading to make sure you leave for school. And she wants to read all the reader books I got for all of the reading books. That's all I need.
That was Selah. She doesn't like to go to bed at all, any time, ever. So the Waller show, what do you think? Thoughts?
I mean, Viola Davis is awesome. She's great as Amanda Waller. I'm very curious as to where it could go. I mean, she's had a lot of machinations in the comics over the years. Nothing as big or crazy as she's doing right now, but unlikely that's what they'd be doing in the show.
True.
But I'm curious. I'm interested because I think what would be really cool is kind of the way that Amanda Waller's plugged into the government and like the supervillains and the superheroes. We might get to see like more rotating villains. Like we might get to see some villains that wouldn't make it into the Suicide Squad movie or something, or when her situation eventually goes to crap, she could be bailed out by a hero. And not a Justice League tier hero, not like a top tier hero, but somebody who we wouldn't normally see. Which is there's a lot of people out there. So, and if things are going to be more cohesive with DC moving forward, then it might be much easier to kind of get a cameo of a bigger star, even in just a single episode, not as part of the arc, but kind of like the Justice League was at the end of Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a good opportunity to be able to get something like that on either side of the fence, hero or villain involved in that show.
Yeah, so it's exciting.
I mean, I don't know what to expect from it. I don't know what the premise of it is going to be, but that idea is a compelling idea. Yeah, a smart idea, I think.
I think what's awesome is Viola Davis is going to do it, and that's what makes me more excited. Let's see here. So I don't have Spotify. Do you have Spotify?
I do not pay for Spotify.
Dang. I need to borrow someone's Spotify password. Anyways, the long-promised Batman audio drama that has Winston Duke as Batman has dropped on Spotify. And I thought, it's kind of interesting that it kind of got mixed up with what came out on Batman Day, that really, old-fashioned, cheesy radio show style that was on HBO Max. But this is a serious, it's done by David S. Goyer. But that dropped on Spotify. And what's neat about that is that came out on Spotify and knocked Joe Rogan's podcast off as the top spot on Spotify. So, yay, Batman.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, since neither of us have Spotify, we can't talk too much, so let's just keep moving on. We got an announcement today that pretty much upset me. I was really pumped, and now I'm pissed. From pumped to pissed, my new podcast. So Gotham Knights, we got 13 minutes of gameplay footage. Been waiting for this game. Excited for this game. And as people might know, I'm not a huge gamer, but I do enjoy a good Batman game. We've been seeing trailers for this for 2 years now. Been promised this game. My wife can't wait to play it, and I'll probably watch her as I play along. Solomon's interested in playing it as he's getting better at video games. And then today, with the gameplay announcement, they say they are canceling all PS4 versions and Xbox One versions. They will just be a next-gen game. It's kind of like a big FU to everybody because we've been promised this game for 2 years. It's been advertised that it would be with the previous models as well, much like the Miles Morales Spider-Man game was. And now I plan on buying a PS5 at some time. One is because every time I have the money, you can't find them. So now I have to try to not only get this game, but try to find when it's available. That's some bullcrap, man. So now I have to try to find a PlayStation 5. And
Yeah.
for anyone who's out there like, well, you got a few months. Well, yeah, but guess what, Brainless? Just having the money, then all of a sudden it pops up. Here's a PS5 for sale. Not easy.
No. People hunt that down. People like
Brian was on a wait list, and they announced, okay, go now, and he bought it like at that moment. And I can't always operate like that.
Yeah, no, that's not really feasible.
You can't put them in layaway or anything like that. You can't order them. So I can't go to GameStop and say, well, I'm going to pay for it now. And then when it comes in, I'll pick it up.
Right. Well, because you never freaking know when it's going to come in.
Exactly. So that's frustrating. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't want to tell the kids because I want someone to be upset. So I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I've been I've been on Xbox for years since the original Xbox came out. I had a PlayStation at the time also, but I haven't been able to just buy any system or game that I want, for most of my adult life. So yeah, I don't have that ability. I've been on Xbox. I would like a Series X. At this point, I don't know what would be easier to find, an Xbox S or X, really.
Can we just go for a minute how horrible Xbox is at naming their consoles? Xbox, yeah. Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox whatever the heck the new one's called, because it's so much a mouthful. Over here, PlayStation's like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it's it is kind of stupid.
We can do this all day, okay? The next one will be a PlayStation 6, okay? And you're just like, oh, yes, that makes sense, yes.
Right. I've been very tempted to go over to a PlayStation, though, because it does have some exclusives that I really, really want to play. Spider-Man games being one of them, the Predator Hunting Grounds and God of War being a couple more.
The only thing that Xbox I feel has is Halo, and even then...
And I played the crap out of some Halo years ago back in high school, but I don't play any now. I play Destiny, and I can play... That's cross-platform now. I can play with people on PC. I can play with people on PlayStation.
I don't feel like anybody plays Halo anymore.
So...
Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful one, Jania, just walked through the room. Hello, beautiful one.
Hi, Jania.
James says hi. My little old school reference. Ladies and gentlemen, the Godfather. So this is the Godmother. Yeah. But I told Jania about that, and she just looked at me like, what? Oh, yeah, PlayStation 5s are so easy to find. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, moving on. Let's talk about something happy. Yeah.
Happy, joy, happy, joy.
Yeah, exactly. Don't whiz on electric fence. We got the... Everyone's like, what? Yeah, look that up, kids. Isn't it weird sometimes to think about? This is my little tangent here. I'm going to be doing a podcast here, special with a friend of mine on Power Rangers on our Patreon, about how our generation has this real weird side where there's very few little shows that we kind of own because we were on the tail end of the 80s stuff. where it was still kind of in the zeitgeist but fading. And we were like, oh, we had toys or we were kind of into it, but we were still kind of young. And then like we got very few stuff that was very much our own property because we grew up with like the birth of the comic book explosion. So like we had X-Men the series, Batman, Spider-Man, things that are still in the zeitgeist continuing today on a massive level, compared to like He-Man, Turtles, Transformers, which still continue today, don't get me wrong, but that was like your mindset's like, that's the 80s. Just, you know, we were just making Ren and Stimpy jokes, but yeah, I'll keep going. We got the Green Lantern trailer.
Ren and Stimpy, man, that is a inappropriate show.
How did that ever get on Nickelodeon and why were we able to watch it? I don't know. I think it's because our parents didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
We're the generation that parents let us watch, you know, 80s, 70s and 80s horror slashers that had, you know, lots of boobs and lots of gore.
Yeah, we're a generation that somehow now is offended by everything, but we grew up watching Family Guy.
Right, exactly.
But stop it, Siri, stop recording everything I say. Damn it. Dang it. Yeah. Anyways, we got a Green Lantern trailer for the Green Lantern movie that you and I had just been talking about. The Green Lantern, Beware My Power. We kept talking like, you know, both of us are huge fans of these animated movies, and we feel like since the end of last year after the long Halloween, it's been very slacking with the promotion. I mean, usually you would get the trailer for the next movie, a sneak peek, and when the new one drops, you'd be getting ready for the next one. And it felt like we really haven't been getting that. And then just a couple days ago, we did get the trailer for Beware My Power, the Green Lantern film. And we were right.
Well, just like a day or two after House of Mysteries came out?
Yep. And House of Mysteries did not contain the trailer or anything.
A first look or anything, yeah.
And we were right. And what were we right about, my friends? We were right because it is connected in the new continuity. It was amazing just because it's now, excuse me. It's exciting because now we will see where this universe kind of goes in a new chapter. Because this one has John Stewart Green Lantern. It has Green Arrow. And it has, I think, Vixen. We see Martian Manhunter real quick.
Hawkgirl.
Hawkgirl.
Yep, Martian Manhunter's back from Man of Tomorrow. Man for Tomorrow? Man of Tomorrow?
Man of Tomorrow.
Of Tomorrow. Yes, 4 is the comic book.
Yep, we'll get there one day. So that is cool because I like the continuation of this established built universe, and I like that it's bright. I'm going to be honest with you. I like that the art and everything, it's good art, but it's really bright. I've been really tired of everything being dark and dingy, and so I'm glad that we'll be getting something bright and happy. Maybe. But it's John Stewart Green Lantern, which is awesome.
Yes, sir. It looks really good. It's the same animation style, so it's in the same continuity that they've been building since the end of Apocalypse War.
And we'll talk about that continuity here in a little bit.
Yes, yeah, with the new short that was released.
Yep.
I'm interested to see like what the story is because they discuss Hal. We see a Guardian.
Oh
die.
Yeah. It's Ganthet and it's voiced by our bud Jason J. Lewis.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Awesome. I'm glad he got another voice role.
I am.
I'll have to watch it again and listen for that. Cause Ganthet does get a line, just a line, I believe, there in the trailer.
I'm gonna put it on a loop.
But we get to see some things. We get to see more lanterns. We get to see the Sinestro Corps, not just Sinestro getting a yellow ring, like we did in First Flight. So he's not like the only villain.
Mm-hmm. Which is nice.
I hope they don't have to kill Hal.
I'm hoping that it's one of those that Cal's dead, or he's dead, and he's really not. I almost said Cal, but Hal. It would be cool if it's like he does. It'd be nice if John's not getting Hal's ring. You know?
Yeah. It doesn't appear that way from the trailer. It doesn't appear that he's getting Hal's ring. But yeah, I mean, in the trailer they talk about Thanagar. We got Hawk Girl. Lots of Thanagarians. It looks a little more light. It looks that there's some lightheartedness to it. With the interaction there at the end. Ooh, do you know who is voicing Jon Stewart?
Yeah, it's Aldous Hodges, our new Hawkman.
Yeah, in the Black Adam movie.
And you know who else he is? The guy that stabbed Sam in the back at the end of season 2 of Supernatural. Pfft.
Oh, really?
Yeah, suck it. I've seen him in a few other things too, but that's where I remember him most. Is he was on Supernatural and then the show Leverage. I've seen him in a few movies. But I'm excited he's Hawkman. I think he'll do a great job.
Well, I mean, from that sizzle, really looks fantastic.
He was in The Invisible Man, the newest one with Elizabeth Moss. It came out in 2020.
Okay. Actually, I've been meaning to watch that one.
It's a good movie. It's a good flick. I need to watch it again. It has a great what the F moment. So yeah, good times.
Yeah, well, absolutely looking forward to it. And I haven't seen anything like official. I haven't looked it up myself, but I did see posted by another podcaster on Twitter that it was coming out July 26th. So
yeah, I already pre-ordered my copy on Amazon.
Happy birthday to me.
Once it goes on Amazon, I pre-order so I don't have to worry about it. Then I just get the alert. Oh, it's on its way. And I'm like, oh, sweet.
Right.
I don't got to run out and try to buy it. Nope. It's right there waiting for me.
Yeah. I mean, usually when these movies come out, I go to the store that Tuesday and buy them at the store so I can go home and watch it. Because I know
that's usually what I do.
I know
with work and stuff.
Right.
Like there's been a couple of times where they've shown up on Monday. And I've been like, yeah, buddy.
See, now that's lucky because usually Amazon doesn't even ship them until the street date.
Yeah.
So it doesn't ship until Tuesday. If you're lucky, you get it on Wednesday.
Oh, I always get mine on Tuesday.
Or
I always get on release day.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it just seems like it's been one of those. They've gotten better. Like when the pandemic was in full swing,
right?
It was like even though it's 2 days shipping, it'd come like 3 days later.
Well, last year they opened up an Amazon fulfillment center here in Rossford, just a couple of towns over. So yeah, there's a fulfillment center really close. So normally if I order things by early afternoon, I'll have it by the next day.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it when it's like that. But, this isn't the Amazon podcast.
Yeah, right.
But trailers, speaking of trailers, we got another Super Pets trailer. And it was kind of more the same for this trailer, but the high part was being when Krypto's thinking about when Lois shows up and we see Lois and we see Krypto like bite her and toss her into the ocean. And it's just kind of his, like fantasy.
Yeah, like somebody or Lois coming to hang out with Superman means he can't.
I wonder if she knows. I figure she knows he's Superman, but I'm still kind of curious. It looks like they're just dating in this, which I think is kind of cool. We do see that Superman gets hurt, like it looks like gets shot with kryptonite. It's gonna be up to the pets to save the day. I cannot wait for this movie. I'll be honest with you. One, because it looks fun, Superman, but I really need some positive, bright DC that I can enjoy with my kids. Like, I'm just really at a point where I really want to enjoy some of this comic book new stuff that's exciting with my kids. Like recently I went and saw that other company's film, you know?
Yeah.
With the Multiverse of Madness. And I was going to take the family. We were all going to go on Monday. But then my good friend Donovan, who's been on the show before, he told me, like, I better go check it out. And I was like, all right. So I went and I watched it. And it's a good movie. I'm just going to say that. But it is a little darker. It is more of a a Marvel-styled horror movie. And, like, my kids are cool with, like, a scene here and there. But there's parts where it's very elongated. And I was like, okay, cool. But then I'm like, man, I really want to go and experience something with them. Like, I want to take them to see, like, a big comic book thing that they're interested in. Like, you know, we took Salma to see the Batman, and he liked it. But he was like, the Riddler was a little scary. And I get that. And I just want something to enjoy with them. So I'm really looking forward to Super Pets. So much stuff is made for adults when it's nice to have something for the kids. That's not stupid. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Teen Titans Go, I can take in a little bit, and the movie was fun and witty at times, but the show sometimes is just stupid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's made tons of money. You know, it's got. How many movies does it have out now? Teen Titans Go to the movies, Teen Titans vs. Teen Titans Go.
It's like one. That one's like number 2.
The new multiverse.
Yep. And that one will be out.
Multiverse Mayhem.
Yep. That'll
Something
be out
like
at the end of this month. Me and the kids will probably be talking about it, or me and you will be. That'll be out at the end of this month. But I'm just saying, like, it's just nice to be able to go to the theater and see something DC and be pumped for something. That's another reason why I'm looking forward to Black Adam and Shazam, because I'm hoping it's more in that kind of vein where I can take the kids. And yeah. So anyone out there who's mad I'm complaining about stuff, come at me, bro.
Oh, I mean, I'm glad that we have all of this DC content that we can enjoy. That's mature storytelling, you know, quite possibly leaning on the dark side. But I also want my kids to enjoy DC. I want my kids to enjoy these, and yeah, I want to be able to watch stuff and have a good time. Like, I like Teen Titans Go to the movies.
Yeah.
I took my kids to see it, but there was a point in the middle where I was like, oh, this is a lot of Teen Titans Go. And then it came back around again, and it was fun.
The part that got me is when they started doing all the toilet jokes. He's like, I pooed in here. You can't use this one. Look, I did. Like, that's when I was like, oh man. Like, this is when I was like, okay, hurry up. Get on with this joke and move forward.
Right. Oh, of course they're gonna drag that one out. But and like, we took all the kids to go see Sonic 2. This is not DC, but we took all the kids to go see Sonic 2. That movie is almost 2 hours long. And the littler ones were starting to get antsy.
See, we went and saw that, and it worked out great. It was, you know, that was the last time we went to the movies for like 3 weekends in a row, and that was the only one that really worked out awesome. Plus, I'm just going to throw this out there, that movie will be on Paramount Plus in like 2 weeks. I have it marked on the calendar.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to checking it out again.
Yeah, me and Solomon were going to record a podcast for it, and then we just kept getting busy. And then he said, Dad, when are we going to record our Sonic podcast? I said, buddy, how about this? We wait till it's on Paramount Plus here in 2 weeks so we can watch both of them together and then talk about it. It'll be fresh in our minds. He was like, deal.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be actually really cool to watch them back to back like that.
So that's going to be a special on Patreon as well.
So yeah, the next, with my monstrous family over here, the theater is not like, an option often.
Yeah.
So we're gonna, like,
Try to
we got income
back
tax, so it was helpful to be able to go see Sonic. And I had recently like 2 months ago, signed up for my, Cinemark movie club so that I actually pay for that monthly. So now I actually get tickets. I get a monthly ticket for free. I get a free monthly ticket and it rolls over.
Nice.
So by the time Super Pets comes out, I'll have a few tickets that I won't have to buy.
See, I just bought our Jurassic World tickets, and because of our AMC here is cheaper, especially on Sundays. On Sunday, bro, I bought they're $4.99 for adult tickets.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I love my AMC.
Yeah, that's really good.
So I just bought our Jurassic World tickets, and I had enough points that I did not pay for any of us to actually get tickets.
Ooh, nice. The
AMC stubs.
That's awesome. The good thing about that is the movie club that I signed up for. 1, you get the ticket. 2, they roll over, so you can build them up. And 3, I get 20% off in concessions.
Yeah,
so
that's another thing.
That's the great part there.
And we're not getting kickbacks from Cinemark or AMC for this, which is bullcrap because we are just plugging away at it.
We love movies, man. What can I say?
Yeah, we do. And
Just wish I could go more often. I would have gone to see Multiverse and Madness, but I haven't.
Here's my last movie plug. Jania asked me if we could go to the movies. Her and I try to eat sometime. She really wanted to see the one with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, The Lost City.
Ooh, yeah.
And we talked about going Saturday. Guess what dropped on Paramount Plus today? The Lost City.
Oh, seriously?
Yep. I was like, good thing we didn't spend money. And they didn't even tell anybody until yesterday. They put out the press release that it would come out on Paramount Plus.
That is really fast. Is that
what?
Was it 45 days already?
Maybe. I don't know. It's not one I kept a whole huge tab on, so I don't know.
No, it's one that me and Jamie want to see, and if it's on Paramount Plus, I'm gonna have to tell her.
Exactly. So me and Jania tomorrow, we're doing our own little inside date night. Okay, so now we're done plugging movies. Now let's get to something that Tyler predicted. Are you ready for this one, James?
What did you predict, Tyler?
I told you they were going to cancel Batwoman.
Oh, yes, you did.
I told you guys as soon as they started casting this Gotham Knight show. And even that now, like with the whole buyout of the Warner Discovery thing, so much stuff is on the out. But Batwoman got canceled, and so did Legends. And I'm surprised Legends had lasted this long. I stopped watching it after, it was season 6. In the middle of, or right after it started, I stopped because it was no longer really felt like a DC show. I felt like it was all the characters, like original characters, and the other ones were just not being really taken care of. And I was done.
Yeah. The last season I watched through, I've got a lot to catch up on. Was the first season that Constantine was a regular.
So
was that 4?
Maybe. So yeah, they both were canceled, and that meme was sharing the only 2 members of that Justice League, Justice Society, Super Friends, whatever, at the end of Crisis left is Superman and Flash.
And Flash has got a shortened season 9, and it's going to be its last.
That I've heard that it is, and I've heard that it might be, but
yeah, I don't think I've seen an official but I think the rumor going around is that it is.
So I'm just actually Sayla and I were watching the most recent episode of Flash today. She was watching it with me because she loves the Flash. I think I might rewatch the first season with the kids, see if I can get them like interested from the beginning.
Yeah.
But so that leaves the Arrowverse now, pretty much over.
Right.
And
well, also I think that it would be, if they continue doing DC on the CW, I don't know if that's gonna be a thing for too many more years. But I think if they did it, it would be more beneficial if they did these, 15 episode seasons,
Yeah.
and they had them going like back to back.
I mean, they're kind of going to do that. With the fact that Stargirl is supposed to premiere in June, I think it's going to premiere shortly after Flash and Superman and Lois end.
Right. Well, Batwoman was a short season. That was only 13 episodes, and it was a better season.
Which I'm almost finished with.
I have one episode left.
I'm on like 10 or 11.
I think it only has 13 episodes. And it was a better season, in my opinion. So that kind of sucks that it was its last. And then Batwoman ended earlier. The Flash and stuff continued going. Legends ended at another time. Then like Superman and Lois picked up. And then when that ends, Stargirl is going to start up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I think it's more beneficial to have the year-round content with the shorter seasons and a more focused story. I think we've been calling for that for a long time.
We have. And, the thing is, like, we know the CW is supposed to be up for sale. So and I figure that could be a reason. Like, will this Gotham Knights show actually go anywhere, or will it get retooled and become an HBO Max show? I kind of feel like they should pull, like, Stargirl just moved the production to Canada for season 3. Like, didn't they, right? If I remember right, they pulled out of Georgia and they were moving to Canada to be around all the other stuff. Like, they should just move it over to HBO Max and move Superman and Lois to HBO Max. And just, get all DC back under one house and let the because they haven't like tonight as we're recording. Was this season finale of Naomi.
Yeah, that's the other one I was going to mention. Like, that started the same time as season 3 of Superman or season 2 of Superman and Lois.
And they haven't announced that as canceled or picked up for a second season. And that's one that I watched the first episode and I just thought it was poorly done and constructed that I didn't even feel like watching the second episode.
Ooh, guess what though? Guess what's very, very cool. I don't know if it's amounting to much, but what's really cool, and now it's kind of messed up because it's so different than the frickin' comic. But Ray Porter is Brutus in Naomi.
Dang it, now I'm going to have to go look at it. Dang it. Okay.
Yes, Ray Porter, who is Darkseid, the voice of Darkseid in Zack Snyder's Justice League, is Brutus in Naomi.
Well, I'm going to watch it.
I was like, oh, now I'm going to have to watch it. We have to watch it anyways. Jamie liked the first few episodes, and we fell off of it. And I know she's going to want to watch the rest of it.
It'll just be easier, because, like, even watching The Flash with Sayla, all the commercial breaks have, like, the same commercials. She's like, didn't we just see this commercial, Dad? And I'm like, yes. That's what happens on the CW app. So, if it drops on HBO Max, I might have it on the background, kind of become like my background show or something.
Right.
But so let's just, I made this note here and I hope I didn't just erase it out of distraction. The Arrowverse. This is what I call the Arrowverse proper. All we have left is the Flash. Now, the Arrowverse and adjacent, we have Stargirl, Titans, and Doom Patrol because they were part of the new multiverse during Crisis. And then kind of in the middle between the adjacent and proper is where Superman and Lois is. You know, because it's like it connects or it was part of it, but yet it's not really leaning into it hard. And then we have these side shows, which is Naomi, Pennyworth. So those are still 2 DC shows. And then we have this proposed Gotham Knights that will it ever happen? Who knows? But that's kind of where we are with DC TV. You know, we're waiting on season 2 of Peacemaker and of course we mentioned Waller, but that's really where we are with DC2 that's not just a rumor or somewhere in the, you know, just in the creative process. But hey, speaking of rumors, did you hear the rumor that they might have already canceled the Wonder Twins movie?
I heard it. I have not seen it. I haven't even seen the rumor. I only heard it. So I don't even really know. I mean, that would be. I wasn't like I would see it, but it's not like one I was anticipating.
It was one like, all right, it's DC, I'll watch it. But
yeah, I was going to watch it. Yes.
Yeah, so that's all the news that I have. And I think all of our tangents. So, moving on. I sent you that little breakdown. What have you read in comics? The only thing that I read was reading the Batman Killing Time, which I'll probably talk about once the 6th issue miniseries is done, because I feel like it would be weird to talk about each issue. But Flashpoint Beyond #1. What'd you think?
I mean, I like the Flashpoint Beyond. It's pretty interesting. I mean, we've got in Zero, we got the Doomsday Clock connection with Mime and Marionette, and then we got the what's her name? The Watch. It's hold on. I'm flipping to the last page here.
Little Daniel Boone kid.
Yeah, the wristwatch from Dr. Manhattan's wife or girlfriend before he turned. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. Janie. So yeah, there's some connections. It's very interesting because like the majority of the book takes place on the Flashpoint Earth. But then we get the final 2 pages with the Flash and Bruce, with Barry and Bruce.
Yeah, tying into the button. So it's like it's going to be Flashpoint Beyond tied into Doomsday Clock.
Yeah, it's like it's Flashpoint, it's Rebirth and the button and Doomsday Clock. Like anything that's was touched from Flashpoint. Yeah, I'm liking this story so far. I was pretty tripped out so last time we spoke about this, I didn't spoil anything for you because you hadn't read it yet, and I actually so I didn't tell you, but they killed Barry Allen. He was trying to turn Barry Allen into the Flash. And they killed the Flashpoint Earth Barry Allen.
Right, that was crazy.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. I mean, we got Penguin is Thomas's
right hand man.
Yeah.
Teaching Dexter Dent how to shoot a gun.
Right? He's like, he says, he says, what am I supposed to do with him? He says, I don't care. He says, what am I supposed to do with the little bastard? He says, I don't care. And then the kid says, I want to learn to shoot a gun. He says, what kind?
That's the best part.
Yeah. Well, so we pick up in the, in the British Isles where, last we had seen the war going down, between the Amazons and the Atlanteans. Well, looks like the Atlanteans came out on top, and they have, Wonder Woman tied up with her lasso, prepared to drown her.
Yep.
So, which is pretty cool here, when Batman shows up, when Thomas shows up, kills a couple of, Atlanteans, and his little, I need your magic lasso. She says, I'll kill you if you try and take it. I know that. I also know the lasso is the only thing that's keeping you tied to that pole. He says he wants to borrow it.
It's hilarious because he makes a deal with her.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was cool. Like, just a really, really interesting, cool, like, plot story.
Well, then we get Diana killing Aquaman, killing Arthur with his trident. She says, you fool Arthur, I loved you, as she's crying. He says, I loved Mira, you killed my my only queen. And then he dies.
Yeah. Interesting.
But he says that he's not the one who had Barry killed. He didn't send anybody to kill Barry. So there's still more going on, because who came to kill Barry was Atlantean in nature, I think. So it led him to Arthur. Led him to the islands, which got him out of Gotham.
Yep.
And they destroyed the casino while he was gone. So yeah, I mean, it's a good mystery. I mean, it's hard to say what's going to happen and who the bad guy is, because, it's on an Earth where nobody is who we know them to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm very interested. Huh?
There'll be someone we don't expect, like the Atom.
Right. Well, no.
It's Lagon. It's Lagon. Lagoon Boy.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it can be the Atom, because in one of the Flashpoint books, I'm pretty sure somebody bit Ray Palmer's head off.
Dude, at this point,
when he was tiny.
We're talking about the Flashpoint universe that was restarted after it was erased. We have ties to Convergence, Doomsday Clock, and Rebirth. All bets are off.
Okay, so who is this as you described
Davy
him,
Crockett.
Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett boy? He was at the end of Zero Issue, and he's again on the last page of this, and he knows that he says the Flashes will find out what you're doing too. You know that. I might not be able to stop you, but they will. It's not too late to undo this. And then we get Bruce, we get the watch and the snow globe, and he says, yes, it is. So like, what is Bruce doing? What are people like the Flash not going to agree to? And who is this kid?
Yeah, the kid is the one that's throwing me. So we're gonna wait and see. But that's really been the biggest comic. It seems like when we go either like I get bombarded like one comic and then like 40 the next week. I'm looking forward to this one, but yeah.
I'm definitely gonna pick up issue 2 when it comes out. I liked issue 0. I like issue 1.
It's so stupid they do issue 0.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. If you're gonna do 7 issues, then why don't you just do a 7-issue arc? Say 1 out of 7.
Just do 8 issues. Just do 8 issues. And 0 be issue 1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sorry, hit my mic.
That's all right. All right, so moving on. So we don't, not here forever and do one of those 3-hour podcasts like some people.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get a chance to go today to pick up
I didn't either.
Superman,
look at it.
Son of Kal-El.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, I was looking at it. I was like, oh, we could squeeze that in. And then I was like, probably not. But.
Well, my comic shop. So that way it's easier on him, I guess. He only sells new comics on Wednesday. So even though the DC books can be sold on Tuesday because DC changed their street date to Tuesdays as opposed to Wednesday, he doesn't sell new comics until Wednesday. So even if I went over there, I couldn't buy my new comics today.
That's sad. That's all I'm going to say. That's sad. Because, yeah. But you can always buy it digitally, and that's the problem. See, you're killing and driving people to convenience because they want their books when they want their books because people spoil stuff. This is the internet. People spoil everything. People spoil everything. But we're moving on. So,
yeah,
DC
Brian.
DC just released the new short, Constantine, the House of Mysteries, which I liked it a lot. The only thing I hate is I already own all the other shorts because I've bought all the other movies. So I'm basically paying $20 for a short.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that kind of sucks. Now, if they had just done one that's all shorts and they hadn't released these shorts with the other movies would be different. And I'll be honest, I haven't really liked any of the other shorts that much.
They were okay. I think some of the other shorts that had come out before when they came out with Superman and Shazam: The Return of Black Adam, when they came out then, like I liked some of those shorts better than the ones that had come out. I mean, I did like the stylistic choices that they had made. Like the Blue Beetle one is very old school animation.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty cool. I just like that way. I just like that stylistic choice for that. But yeah, I mean, like you said, we paid $20 for, I don't even know how long the short was.
Minutes.
Yeah.
So I took some notes on it, and we'll kind of go through it a little bit. It was, first of all, I like because it is in continuity with the new continuity, but also proves that the old continuity, which was Apocalypse War, birthed the new continuity. So it starts showing Constantine from Apocalypse War. And telling, he's kind of talking out loud about how he'll pay the bill. It's the most selfless thing he's ever done. And he is basically sentenced by the Spectre to fill out the rest of eternity in the House of Mystery. And let's just take a moment to say that Matt Ryan is Constantine, dude. Like, this is Constantine. He has done the live action show, which kind of retroactively got connected to the Arrowverse.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow and Legends, he was on as Constantine. He did the animated City of Demons.
He definitely stepped up Legends, in my opinion, with his introduction.
Yeah. He did the Justice League Dark animated film, the Apocalypse War animated film, now the House of Mystery short. So the dude is Constantine all over the place, and yet we haven't given him his full on, like, they just need a Justice League Dark show. I've been saying that for years, but
Yeah.
you know.
His show was awesome. I love the Constantine show. It was really good. It was just sad it was put in a place where it was basically put in a place that nobody was watching it.
They put it on Friday night on NBC during, okay.
They put it, they put it in a death slot.
Look, when your target demographic is people who are going to be in high school and people who would be their parents' age, Friday nights in the fall is not good because kids are in band, football, at football games, out on dates. You put it on Monday night when we all hate our lives because we're back to work and we want to look forward to something. Okay? You hear me, TV? So I actually, that is one of those shows I want to revisit and watch the whole thing. I have it. I need to buy it. Honestly,
yeah, I'm looking for a rewatch. Yeah.
It's on the CW Seed, which I wish they had put on HBO Max, but it's on the CW Seed, and I have it digitally. Anyways, moving on. I also want to say in the House of Mystery, I really like the score. I really liked the score. So the basically, this is kind of spoilery now, people. I'm sorry. Is John's in the House of Mystery? We see Zatanna, Jason Blood, Etrigan, and then they all turn to demons and they keep killing him. And he dies in some creative, fun ways. And he's trying to find a way to escape the House of Mystery. And he figures it out by tricking some demons that are there that he sold his soul 3 times. Constantine. And he gets out. And what you find out is the Spectre actually rewarded Constantine in his death and put him in the House of Mystery with the people that he loved the most. But Constantine couldn't accept that he deserved anything and created his own hell to be tortured by the people that he loves the most. And that was just heartbreaking.
Yeah, it absolutely was. It was very cool twist. I didn't quite see that coming, that he was being rewarded. I thought he was going to be tortured.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was really awesome. It's just very creative. I didn't see that coming. I was like, oh man.
I highly recommend it. It is violent. And that is the one thing. It is rewatchable. That's like, it does, I think, have some rewatchability to it. Cause like some of these I don't feel every now and then, like there's probably about, off the top of my head, there's 2 that I own that I'll probably never rewatch, which kind of sucks. But I buy them to support and collect. I will probably revisit this one every now and then. But I wish it was longer. I wish it was a full-on Constantine movie. I think there's spots we could have expanded it, done more with it, done some flashback work and stuff just to thicken the story. And, but it is a nice little Constantine piece. And didn't Matt Ryan, wait, I just thought of something. Hold on. to add to my ongoing Matt Ryan collection.
Well, City of Demons was good. City of Demons was good. It was very, very dark. Very graphic.
Like, I was like, oh wow. I was like, that upset me. But, to each his own.
Yeah.
I'm looking up something real quick here. Okay, I was trying to remember if Matt Ryan had voiced Constantine on something else, but no, he didn't. Okay, moving on. So, now, House of Mysteries, that's done and over. Let's talk about the meat of the episode. The Rock. No.
That's a lot of meat.
Just kidding. Just kidding, everybody. Superman and Lois, episode 11, Truth and Consequences. I'm going to say this real quick. It's my podcast. I can say it. The only thing that makes me mad about this show that's killing this show is all these stupid breaks. We've both been busy with life, James and I, and we didn't rush this episode because the fact is there wasn't another one coming. For Superman and Lois, we could take our time with the podcast. And I really hate these breaks. That to me is what kills the momentum. It kills the hype. And it kills the excitement because it goes on break. You don't realize it. Then you have to remember when it's coming back.
And it's not coming back for 3 more weeks.
Right. I don't mind like the mid-season break for like the holidays. That's fine because everybody's crazy. Things are out of alignment. No school, holiday break, and everything. So, whatever. But just every couple of like, oh, we're going to show 2 episodes, go on a 3-week break. Show 2 episodes, go on a 3-week break. No, dude, come on. You're killing the momentum, the excitement of this show. And I don't want to be one of those people that just purchases it on iTunes and waits for it. Or just binges it all on. I know a couple people who love Superman and Lois who are just waiting for it to go on HBO Max because of all the on-off again. And they'd rather just watch it straight.
I mean, I can't blame them for that because it's a pain in the ass, It really is. Yeah. I mean, was it even 2 episodes that they released and before they went back on break?
I'm pretty sure it's 2 episodes.
Because I thought it was a break. Okay, no, yeah, what? Bizarre. Okay, yeah, so it was. It was 30 days and 30 nights when John showed up at the end.
Yep.
And then it was a break, and then, yeah, we got the frickin' Bizarro episode, and then this one, and then another break.
Yep. Frustrating. And the Flash is doing the same thing, following suit with it, and I'm just like, come on, just give me something.
Right? Well, we were talking about how Naomi's season finale is tonight. And it started the same day as Superman and Lois season 2. Started the same day. And I'm looking right now, and it has 11 episodes. And tonight was the season finale. We still have 3 more weeks before we get the next episode, and we've got 4 more episodes? 5 more episodes before it's over?
Yeah, this one's 11.
I
think they're doing 15, so
yeah.
4 more.
So Superman and Lois is not ending until 2 months after Naomi ends, and it's only got 4 more episodes, and it started the same night? 2 months. That we've had over 2 months of breaks in this season. Or by the time we come back, we'll have had over 2 months of breaks. It's insane. It's ridiculous. I understand that they go more on their streaming numbers, the CW does, but man, like even streaming, that's a pain in the butt.
Because even then it's exciting, like, oh, the next day, like Superman and Lois, you know? Now it's like, wait, did it come out again? Oh, I'll just binge it later. But let's talk about the episode. It pretty much starts where we exactly left off with John L. Walking up and talking to them. And our John shows up. And he's like, I'm going to merge with this guy. So yeah, it's pretty intense. Straight from the beginning. I was pretty hooked. What about you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was almost wondering like how is this merge gonna go, and or is it gonna happen? Is it not? Because we don't know what it does yet. You know, we saw Allie supposedly we saw Allie merging, but we don't know what's happened. What happened to her?
Yeah.
I was wondering if this is gonna give John any powers.
See, that's what I was wondering. If like something with like his physiology being different, it'll give him powers. Like it'll cause his powers to emerge. Or my other thought was, crap. What do you call it? I had like, what if they do something where they merge and it's like the two energies combining, and they do something like where, say, for example, the Bizarro world is the red energy and the regular world is the blue energy. Because I kind of look at Bizarro world almost kind of being like the Upside Down from Stranger Things in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Just not as crazy. So, and then when they merge, they become like one whole energy, and it changes the world.
Right. Kind of like Superman Red and Superman Blue.
Yep.
It was kind of cool how Jordan tried to rush in and save the day, and John just threw him off.
Yeah. John L. We got to make sure we say John.
Yes,
L.
John L.
Now we have a third John. Third John. That's one of my Bible jokes. You know, what's a Bible joke, Tyler? Well, there's first and second John, and I always used to mess with people like, oh, turn to third John. And it was funny to watch kids look for it. Anyways, Cal does come back, and he saves them, and of course it's a great family reunion. He did not realize that he was gone for 30-some days. He says it felt like a day in Bizarro World.
Mm-hmm. Which we get a nice little discussion with Natalie, or not discussion, just kind of like a note from Natalie, how it was like when she was in the void, how it didn't feel like it, how it felt like she was only there for a short time, but she was there for 6 months.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So sometime between through the portals and through the void that he was in. Yeah,
time, because you're I don't know how you would actually say it. Like you're the way time and space works is different. But it was almost heartbreaking in a sense, because he was like, "What all did I miss?" And he finds out about Candace was the one with the drugs, and he's like, "What? Why didn't you just tell me?" And John's like, "See, I knew you'd react like this." It's like, "Come on, dude." And
well, yeah, of course. I mean, 1, your son is dating a drug dealer. 2, it's kryptonite.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously something, even though he kind of like cooled off, it's obviously still something that it's very serious. I mean, dealing drugs and selling drugs and taking drugs is all very serious issue. So to just to know that your son was protecting somebody like that with this potential, with the issue that these drugs have caused.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like taking the fall for somebody.
Yeah.
So, which, can feel like you're doing the right thing, but in all respects, you're probably doing more harm than good.
Clark had some good dad advice that we saw. And he got excited when he found out Lana won mayor. That was a great, she won? Moment. We're like, oh, yeah, Clark.
Yeah, he was real
Good to see you
excited.
back, buddy.
Well, the interesting thing is he doesn't even know. So John is getting those flashes, those images, which is interesting because he's glowing like Clark was. Like, so obviously there's some more stuff going on with him Kryptonian wise.
Yep.
Than him having powers like Jordan or Clark, yet. Anyways. But when when John is having his flashes, of where John L is, he tells him he's on Main Street. And so Clark goes to Main Street, and when he's there, he runs into Lana. That's first where he finds out he's been gone for a month. Kind of stuns him. And
he tries to play it off like he's like the assignment. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, and so he doesn't know he's been gone for a month, so it's kind of surprising to him. And then he's talking to her, and he doesn't even know that she won mayor. She won the election. So him not even saying anything to her, congratulating her, like, it kind of hurts Lana to her core when she walks away. She's kind of, she's visibly upset because, like, her best friend been gone for a month, didn't even congratulate her on being the mayor or nothing.
It was harsh.
Yeah.
She was hurt, but I think that all might change. We'll get there. We'll get there here in a minute.
Mm-hmm. I love his face though when Lois tells him that she won.
You're like, she won?
Yeah.
Lois is like, yeah. He's like, that's great. What? Good times, Clark. But so Sarah and Lana have a good moment where Lana is going to be mayor. She's starting her first day. Sarah gets a car. And I told Jenny, I was like, it better be a hoopty. Like, she better not have some, like, nice decked out ride. And as Sarah pulls out, there's John L. And she just thinks it's Jonathan, and she says some stuff. And, she goes off, and then John L. goes inside and throws Lana and knocks her unconscious. And, of course, regular John Kent here, later has a vision that helps lead to where she's at. But no one can find her. And Lois has a good moment talking with Sarah. And then Lois had a moment earlier talking to Jordan about writing out his feelings that can help him be cathartic to let how he feels out. And then Sarah shows up worried about her mom, and Jordan's all like, Sarah, I gotta talk to you. And I'm just like, bro, back up. I understand, but man, let her breathe.
Oh yeah, because at the beginning we pick up on the same night, and he's texting her, and he's blowing her up. Like, they show his screen, and he's just one after the other, boom, 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 boom. He just excuse me. He's just blowing up her phone. So, I mean, at least at least Lois's idea of writing down his feelings what she says is to find the words, you know?
Right.
Like process your feelings, find the words, don't just spit out all these words and get your meaning and your feelings lost in them.
It's a great way of helping you understand how you're feeling, saying what you want to say, and just it's almost like you get the sense that you are talking and communicating with someone, so you don't feel as just all pent up inside. And of course, he writes her a note to give to her, which isn't what Lois said, and John Kent reads it. So that's good, you know, because the brothers together is what really makes it work.
Well, then he says, you know, oh, you're going to tell her everything. You're going to tell her your secret.
Yeah, and then we find out that, because one of the big themes of this is the secret's killing them, you know, the family having to keep this secret, and how it's Clark's secret, but it's the family's secret. And,
well, because growing up and in his entire life, it's been his secret. It's been his secret alone, you know? So he was able to manage how the secret was handled. And it was only his life that he needed to deal with.
Yep.
Now his kids' lives are being destroyed personally on a personal level because they have to hide the secret. Which, you know, I mean, we're talking about the boys and stuff. I mean, Sarah tells Lana that Jordan was messaging her nonstop, and as soon as she messages him back, like, he doesn't say anything, which obviously she would be upset about that. But, you know, they don't even have a conversation, you know. John's just worried about talking to her. John's just worried about giving her this note. You know what I mean? But if he even had a conversation with her, tried to see what was going on with her instead of spilling the beans, like, he would even be like, well, she would even be like, I messaged you back. And he's like, oh, well, I was talking to my mom and she took my phone and she said I should write things down, you know, try and get to the root of my feelings. And she would, and then Sarah wouldn't be like, oh, well, I just thought you were blowing me off again.
Yeah, Sarah's a dumb teenage girl and Jordan's a teenage boy.
And they're both being stupid.
Who's driven by a force. And, you know, Jania said something that was interesting. She's like, you have to realize that it might seem trivial to, like, us who are now older, mature, and remember us being that dumb. But to him, that's his world. That's everything. Like, his relationship with his family and with Sarah, like, that's the big thing to him. That's all of it. He can't see the grand scheme of things.
Right.
And I get it, but let's not, like, Lana. I think Lana need to step in and be a little bit more of a voice of reason, because let's just say that Kyle does not give the best relationship advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
He talked about how Jordan was so obsessed with Sarah and doing everything. And then when Jordan backs off, and now he's like, well, if he can't put you first as the most important thing of a 15-year-old boy's life, then, you know, you break up with him, which sounds like something you would say to someone after they've been dating someone for several years and they're an adult, when they should be looking at marriage or some sort of commitment discussion, not when they're 15 and they're still figuring it all out.
Yeah. You know, and I don't think relationship advice from the former alcoholic and cheater.
It's sound advice. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's the only one who we've seen give her any advice on the relationship.
Yeah.
You know, Lana didn't really give her any kind of advice. She just gave her a car and sent her on her way.
Here you go. Thanks, Mom. Mayor Lana Lang. Did you catch that?
Yes. Not Lana Cortez.
Or Cushing, Lana Lang. So let's just kind of ride this thread out here. So Jor-El tricks Superman. He shows up. He gets stabbed in the chest with shards of green kryptonite because Jor-El made a green kryptonite bomb. And Lana is the one that pulls out all the shards from Superman's chest. And during that, he hears the battle where Jor-El is fighting Jordan. And I love the turn, and Jordan just whips the crap out of Jor-El.
Yeah, because at first he was getting beat up, and you just thought it was going to kind of go the same way. But yeah. It was nice. It's really cool to see Jordan standing up for his family, his brother, his family, against other superpowered beings, you know, not just XK, inhalers, you know, yeah, give you temporary abilities, but, somebody who lives with these.
Can we also state the fact that when Jordan wasn't focusing or thinking about what he was doing, Jordan flew for the first time? It was when he stopped and realized what he was doing, when he's like, I'm flying, that he freaked out and fell.
Right.
And of course, his father swooped in and saved the day and grabbed him. Now, on the flip side, okay, we learned that they're using XK to help power John Henry's suit. And Nat and John Henry are in the mind when we learned that Jor-El had summoned the other Lana to come. And the other Lana comes in, and John Henry and Nat battle her, stab her with some XK, which was pretty dope. And then it has a weird cut, and then we find out they pushed her back through the portal. But I
thought she just ran back through the portal
and been dead.
Yeah, I mean, she slammed his head against the wall.
Dude, have you ever been in a mine or a crystal mine or anything where there's sharp rocks? Just lay your hand against it. You're like, ow, that hurts. So yeah, they both should have been dead.
Plus that Lana from the Bizarro world, like, she's got Kryptonian powers, and it doesn't appear that she's like doing inhalers or anything.
I figure she's doing
XK inhalers.
See, that's the thing, is they haven't really stated, is she doing inhalers or she got eradicated? Because I feel like if she got eradicated, that's even weirder, because we feel like Tal on the other side's a good person. But we're not seeing her do like any kind of inhalers.
Right. She just appears to have Kryptonian powers, like she had been eradicated.
Yeah, it's weird. I wish they would give us some more context. I feel like they just wanted to use her in some way, in shape and form, in Bizarro World. But here's another question.
I mean, it's clear that he was bringing her over since he couldn't merge with John, like, on his own, because there were people standing in his way. That he could kidnap Lana and they could merge. Yep. And then he would have somebody to help him merge with his other half.
Here's my question. Did you ever see the Jordan Peele film Us?
Yes.
Okay. How everyone in there had like a doppelganger, and there's a lot of questions I have about the way that movie works. But how is it that in Bizarro World, some people don't have Bizarro forms? What does that mean? Because it's pretty obvious, it seems that, I mean, not 100%, but there isn't a Bizarro Kyle or Sarah. So how does that work? Does everyone not have a Bizarro form?
Well, I mean, maybe there are, well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't have a Bizarro Sarah without Lana and Kyle. Maybe there was a Lana and Kyle, and then maybe she got eradicated, and now she's with Tal Rowe.
I mean, it's very possible.
I don't know, but we didn't see any of them.
So it's just one of those thoughts like, oh, I feel like the whole Lana thing, they kind of rushed a little bit. But anyways, so we get her, and then the big thing is at the end is they're talking about the family secret, and they're sitting around, and John L's been moved to a black site, probably in jail with Tao. I still think that Tao needs to turn back to the good side, and it'll probably end up dying helping Clark fight Allie. But that's just my thinking. But I feel that at the end, we have Clark has decided to tell Lana his secret. And I was really upset at first because I was telling Jania the way it was playing out, like, because Clark goes to talk to Lana. And it's awesome how he does it. Like, he's in the middle of the road and she's driving. And she's like, Clark, what are you doing here? How did you know I was here? It's been a long day. I don't have time for this. He's like, I know. I was there. I have something I've been wanting to tell you since high school. And I was like, please don't have her be like, Clark, you know we can't be together. You're married. Blah, blah. I was like, please don't do that. Cheesiness. They didn't. So I'm grateful. The only thing that was missing from this reveal, because I like how the reveal mirrors the way he revealed himself to his boys, but a little bit how he did to Lois. He takes the glasses off, then he hovers and starts flying, and Lana's like, my God, you're Superman. And what I miss most is there was no shirt rip. Like, I wanted a good shirt rip.
Well, for Clark's facade for him to look like Clark, he can't wear that suit underneath of his.
Dude, it's the same thing. Cavill can't wear his. Cavill can't wear his suit under his costume, but we bought it at the end of Justice League. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
we in all honesty, we got the shirt rip, from Tyler before with different costumes, and but I'm just like, man, I need a good one. Like, where are you at, shirt rip?
Right. Well, even Henry Cavill, like, he's in incredible shape. And his suit, we know that it's padded out, that it makes him look bigger, not quite as much of a difference as this suit makes Tyler look. But it does make him look bigger, but you look at Henry Cavill in that sweater when he's talking to Diane Lane when he's talking to Ma Kent at his dad's grave at the end of Man of Steel, and he's freaking huge.
Yeah.
Like it definitely looks like he's jacked. And, the idea that suit would be skin tight and that's him underneath it. Yeah, but
it's suspension of disbelief. Okay.
Right.
But all I'm saying is, and I just sent you the GIF of what it is.
Okay.
All right. Because that's what we need. Okay. That's all I'm saying. We need that type of thing when he reveals, like,
mm-hmm.
Superman.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the only thing I feel like, because, I'm glad she was like, you're Superman. It wasn't like, oh, you've been using inhalers like your son? No. Like, I'm just glad that, and now it's like, are the writers going to do the cheesy thing where now Lana's all upset? Like, you never told me. Why didn't you ever tell me? I can't believe you lied to me all these years. Or I think they'll be interesting if they have to play around for a little bit, that Lana has to lie to Sarah because she has to cover up things and she knows things. I think that would be interesting. Just saying.
Yeah.
I thought it'd been interesting if the whole family had went over and, like, Clark told Lana and Sarah, like, as a family, like they were all there, kind of together, so that Sarah would then be, oh shit, that's what you were talking about when you said you had stuff going on with your family. you're saving people and you're the son of Superman. Oh, you saved my dad. Yeah. Yeah, I did, Sarah. While you broke up with me, I saved your dad from a fire. You're welcome.
Right.
I always told Jania, like, if I was a superhero and I was going to tell her, like if I was Superman, I just pick her up in my arms and fly her. That way she can't deny it. I'm like, look, we're flying. Okay? Or like if I was Spider-Man, like I'd do something super Spider-Man and then rip the mask off. You know? Like, oh, look, proved it. I think, talking about Spider-Man, one of the best, like, superhero reveals is in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 where Gwen's walking away and he can't tell her she's walking away and he just webs her and pulls her to him. And just her reaction of, oh my God. He's like, yeah, I'm Spider-Man. But anyways, this Superman and Lois ended on a great note. I really want to see where they go. The writing's been great. I haven't really been upset with anything. Like I feel like they've been very good with not making it too melodramatic and where you're just like, this is dumb. Okay. Making good choices with the writing, the style, the show. Like I said, the only thing that's upsetting me is just the killing of the pace of here it is. No, it's not. Here it is. No, it's not. Here it is. No, it's not.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
right.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it completely. I mean, this episode, the Jordan scene, especially the letter scene, there's the letter scene, right? Her mom is missing and he's worried about it's not just that he's trying to give this to her, you know what I mean? And it's this big part in his life, but it's like freaking read the room a little bit, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, calm down. Step back. You're not paying attention to what's going on around you. Like, and I understand, like, you're going to tell her your secret and you think that's going to make everything better. But hold on, broski. Okay? Bro Montana, take a chill pill. Okay? Because, like you said, you're not reading the room. She's not going to be receptive of you if she's already mad at you and broke up with you. But we've all been there. Just desperate to pour our hearts on our sleeves to be broken by a girl and go on and carry that weight for the rest of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. Maybe James didn't. You are James Cole, so maybe you were the one breaking the hearts like Jania was. But, I was definitely relating to Jordan in these past few episodes.
No, I'm sure I broke a heart, but I know mine was broken too. So,
or past 2 seasons, or since the show started. But whatever, it's cool. But hopefully, we'll see Jordan suit up with a really cool super white costume, much more reminiscent of like the young John Kent, where it's like the hoodie and everything kind of look. That would be cool. I miss young John Kent. I do. In the comics.
Yeah.
But anything else? Or is that it? I think we're done. I think we got it. I think it's late. I think we're all tired.
I think we got it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, dear listeners, to this episode of the Krypton Report. I can't speak. And we want to just invite you to check out our Patreon. Don't let Krypton explode. Join our $1 Patreon club for our special podcast we're presenting. We have a new one we're launching next month. Really excited about releasing that podcast. We've been talking about it for years. If you're not sure what we're talking about, just check out our Patreon feed. Couple of episodes done already this month. More to come. We try to do about 3 to 5 Patreon exclusive episodes a month. So, that's like a quarter an episode, and we're pretty cool. Maybe we'll do more. Who knows? Summer's coming. I'll have more time. So until then, I'm Tyler. This is Ice, otherwise known as James. And we're the Krypton Report.
It's shaved into my head right there. No.
This is James. This is James. Look up in the sky and remember to always look up in the sky.
Look up in the sky.
We just want to say, if you've enjoyed this podcast, please check out other podcasts on the Press Play Podcast Network. Remember to check out Krypton Report on all social media platforms. Go to linktree.com/Krypton Report. You find all of our information right there. If you want to keep Krypton from exploding, join our $1 a month Patreon. That's right. For $1 a month, you'll get extra special content that you don't get on the main show, like movie commentaries and whatever else comes out of our mouths. So check it out, patreon.com/Krypton Report.
If you are like Tyler and James and can't get enough Super Talk, check out these other podcasts. Digging for Kryptonite, Supergirl Radio, The Last Sons of Krypton, the Superboy Legacy Podcast, All-Star Superfans, Superman the Animated Podcast, The Aspiring Kryptonians, Always Hold On to Smallville, Caped Wonder, The Geek of Steel, and Truth, Justice, and Hope Podcast.
Hey, we're going to press pause and hear a few words from our other podcasts on Press Play Podcast Network.
Hello, Brooks here with the Books with Brooks monthly book club podcast. Here's how Books with Brooks works. We read one book a month and then we talk about it. Classics like Stephen King's The Shining, debut novels like We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang, and tons of other compelling, life-changing stories, one book and 1 month at a time. So come read along with us and then listen in.
This is Dan Jurgens, and if you want to have a good time, keep listening to the Krypton Report.